Hey guys, welcome back. Today in this video, in part 2 of a series for Realm Data Persistence, we will make our SwiftUI project and also connect it to our Realm over Atlas. So yeah, let's jump here in Xcode and start to building our app. So a new project, app, SwiftUI Realm flexible sync, interface Swift UI, and language Swift. And yeah, it's gonna be creating with Git. Then later we're gonna push it to GitHub to share with you folks. Okay, so I start with my structure of the app. So I am gonna create a directory for services, and I am gonna create a directory for models, and I am gonna create a directory for view, I think for now we are good. So I move content on top as well, and I start from model. So in model I start with one file, Swift file. I name it request. So this is gonna be my request model, and here I need to add first okay, so here I need to add my Realm Swift, but we don't have this yet. So what should I do? I just come here and I just say add dependency, add packages, and here our search for all. Yeah, here I have Realm Swift, so I select this and going to add. Just keep if you couldn't bring it, you need to look for this GitHub Realm hyphen Swift, and then here I'm gonna add it. So this maybe take a few minutes to get in. So while it is getting in, let's see what else I can share with you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go over my app services over Atlas that I made, test app. So first of all, you can get name of this from here. Just when you tap it, you're gonna get this app. Later we need this ID, and we gonna come here and do it. Also here also we need to go to device sync, and over device sync I'm gonna create my sync, because this sync gonna be a way for me to connect. So in device sync it says no thanks. Yeah, okay, sorry, I missed this message. So it said you can generate it manually, but I'm gonna generate it by my code over Xcode. So so here I can start. So flexible sync, and let's go and see how's going on with this. It's still continue. So yeah, come back here, and here I'm gonna enable my developer mode at the beginning, because I'm gonna fetch my models and my schema from my app. I'm gonna build my models there, and then I'm gonna use smart the mode to get those and add it here. Also, I need to select one cluster, and you have test cluster. If you remember, we made it in the previous one, and database. So we don't have any database there, so I'm gonna add one new database and name it here by the name of my project. So SwiftUI Realm Flexible Sync DB. Okay, so I'm gonna create this, and finally here select create a query field. Okay, so from by default gonna be ID, so let's go by default, and here it's a template, so permission. So for now I'm gonna give all permission, then later you can change this. For now I'm gonna user can read and write through data, and this gonna be my rules. So I can enable my sync right now, but I keep it right now, and when I made my models I'm gonna enable it. And even I can enable it now, then later you will see that. So now this is enabled and waiting for our app to connect and build it. So still this one getting this, so I'm gonna go also here. It's just here, pay attention to the messages here. Also this one say you did not deploy. Yeah, let's do and deploy. So any change we do, we need to deploy here. If you don't want to do that easily, you can go to deployment and turn off this draft. So any deployment you will see here, and here you can go to configuration and say actually not enabled. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So now we have our device sync enabled. So this one listening until our app connects and tell it what's the model. So let's go after we add that one, then we have, after we download this, so you're gonna check mark both of this, Realm and Realm Swift, and add packages. So then you will have those here, and here when I'm going to import, just type Realm and I will have Realm Swift. Okay, so here I'm gonna create a class. This class I name it request, and this gonna be an object, but I want to be identifiable to have an ID. So here I just say at persisted, sorry, and as a primary key, which is true, so this one gonna be my primary key, and variable underline, which means be private, local variable, and so object ID. So again, at persisted variable title, type of string, by default empty, default value empty, and at persisted variable status type status, but we don't have a type of status, so we will make it so dot new, we will make it, and we can use it here. So I have to do priority as well, so let me add those status and priority and then come back. So here I'm gonna create another file. I name this file status. Okay, and here again foundation and import Realm Swift. This time it is gonna be enum status string, raw value gonna be a string, case iteratable, and persistable enum. So I will have 4 case, one of them gonna be new, raw value, new. So I will have 3 more. And assigned, and returned, and lost. Okay, later we made all enum, so we can use it, but later I'm gonna add 2 function here. Let me make it now. So inlineable, public mutating. So let me change this function, let change value inside it for toggle. So I want to make a toggle, special toggle for this enum, which what is doing is gonna get switch self. So gonna get one status, and or depend on that status is gonna do case dot, in case of new, then I'm gonna change self to dot assigned, and in case of dot assigned, I'm gonna make myself equal dot return, and in case of returned, I'm gonna make myself dot lost, and in case of lost, I'm gonna make myself dot new. So we make a circle by this toggle, so we just need to add toggle there. So yeah, I want to make another one, another function here as well. So this function gonna be get system name. So I'm gonna use an icon for each. So you know, I want to say, okay, for this status return one system name. Then I'm gonna use it as to you know, again, so self again, and here I'm gonna say, let me cheat from here. I just copy this to save some time. Okay, so this one gonna return a string. So all I need to do here, I need to say, okay, return here. I'm gonna return one SF icon name. So book dot circle person dot circle square dot and dot arrow dot up dot circle and trash dot slash dot circle dot fill. So this function gonna return a string depend of the self. So you may say, what are these? You know, if you remember, we have SF symbols. So here with SF symbols, you could find any symbol that you like and use it. Each one has a name, so you can use it in SystemName. Okay, so I made a status. Another one enum that I'm gonna make is gonna be priority. I'm gonna use it in this app. So yeah, priority. Okay, and again in this one I'm gonna make an enum. So I'm gonna import from Swift. I'm gonna import SwiftUI here as well because I need color here for this enum. So okay, I'm gonna enum priority raw value gonna be a string. Also I want to be sub for case iteratable and persistable enum. So case low or with raw value low. If I don't put anything, it's gonna pick up this low with a small l. So medium. And high. So for this one, I'm gonna make a function priority background, which return a color. So switch self case dot low return dot gray case dot medium return dot orange and case dot high return dot red. Okay, so now I have this one, so I come back here to request. So now status here will be fine, and also I'm gonna add priority here. So add persisted variable priority from type of priority default value low. And also what else? Yeah, I'm gonna add notes. So yeah, let me add notes here as well as so import Realm Swift class notes, which is an object and identifiable. So here at persisted with primary key variable ID from type of object ID, and also persisted variable text from type of string with default value empty. Okay, now let's come back here and now add that one here as well. So variable notes, I believe, yeah, let's give it, so because it's not going to be only one node, could be more. So this one will be one list of type nodes, which is equal list nodes. It's going to be an empty one. Okay, so now we have all models made. So we jump to service. Okay, in service, I'm gonna create a file. I can name it, Realm Manager, or I can name it Realm Service. So I name it Realm Service. Okay, so I make this one. Again, on top, I need to add import Realm Swift, and I'm gonna create a class of Realm Service, which is an observable object to be able to call it or inject it inside each class we need. So here I make an app from type of app because I have Swift, it's accepted. That's the role. And I'm gonna make properties. So property gonna be published variable realm from type of realm. It's gonna be optional. And I'm gonna make a static constant shared, which is realm service. And I'm gonna make published variable user from type of user. This can be optional as well. And published variable configuration, which is a realm configuration, an option. So I'm gonna make a private initializer. So right away you'll say, yeah, this is a singleton pattern for this. So self dot app equal app ID. So here we get app ID from here. So we'll come here and yeah, this is our app ID. We're gonna get it and bring it here. Okay, so now let's start our main actor. So yeah, property main actor function initialize. This is for realm. Async in case of not going, we want to true errors. Okay, first of all, we need to do authentication. So I just say user equal try await app dot login credentials. So my credential gonna be credential dot anonymous. So you know, I just go anonymous user for now, but later we can add you know, more user and make it more specific. But for now we want to go fast and shorter you know, video. So yeah, here I just say okay, my configuration equal my user, which is an optional, so it's gonna be flexible sync configuration with initial subscription. Yeah, so I'm gonna get here, okay, here, so it's a sync subscription set. We can name it sub Okay, and here we will have our code. So what we do, we just say if let's, I don't need output, but I want to make sure this is wrap this optional. So subs dot first named, okay, I name it all requests. If you could this unwrap this, and also you could unwrap subs dot first named all nodes. If you could do unwrap these two, then we can continue, so we can go ahead. But if not, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna say okay, subs dot append query subscription results name I don't want to add query, just go by name. So all requests, this one. Also I'm gonna add another one, full all nodes. I think this one, we missed one parenthesis. Okay, so I believe we are good with this one. So at the end of this, before closing, I'm gonna say rerun open true, and finally I just say my realm equal try explanation. So it's gonna force it. I don't like this. It's better if we use optional, but later we're gonna wrap it. So if you want to use your app in production, make sure to unwrap this, not force it to be unwrapped, because it's not good and you may your app broke. So configuration, I'm gonna go by this, and so configuration, we unwrap this as well. These are not good. We need to do it in proper way, and we say always. So we should be fine. So I just get error here in subs. So I just said else subs dot append query subscription request. Oh, sorry. Here this one is wrong. Requests, and this one gonna be notes. Okay, now we are good. Okay, so we made our Realm service. So now what we need to do, we need to go to Swift main file. So here I am gonna, on top of this struct here, and I'm gonna say okay, add state objects private variable Realm service equal Realm service dot share, because it was singleton, so we have access to instant of it. So in word group, I'm gonna let me see if I can embed embedded, yes, embed this in VStack, and here I'm gonna say if let configuration equal Realm service dot configuration also let's Realm. If you remember, they both were optional, so if I had Realm dot Realm, so if you could if I could unwrap these, then I can call my content view with environment object not environment object, sorry. So environment, only environment, and then I'm gonna go by root and then path Realm configuration. We just unwrapped it on top, and this one configuration, and also environment. So key path from root dot Realm. So this is in case of we could unwrap this, but if we can't, so we need to go by else. No, we're not gonna go by else. We just add task here. So in task we just say try await Realm service dot initialize. So this is the task we do. So this one gonna call contents. So if I run this app, I will have a empty page, but I believe it's gonna make my model in my app services over Atlas. So let's run this, see if I can compile it. So it's gonna go on iPad touch. No, I'm gonna go by iPhone 11. Let me see which one I have open. So iPhone 12 Pro Max. So I'm gonna go put in iPhone 12 Pro Max and then run it. So after this get compiled, it's gonna run it over there, but it's gonna be blank screen, but here we will have some activity that will be interesting, because you will see that automatically this gonna be joined to our Realm, also create model schema over there automatically, so you don't have to manually make your schema. You can make your schema from from your clusters or database if you have, but in this way we're gonna make it from here. So here you will see, and let me open this here to see messages. So here we will see that sync connect session begin processing pending bootstrap, and change set 1 originate, total change set 0, and then connection integrates change set begin processing integrate change set. So I believe it because it's twice because of the request and note. So now I will go to my Realm. I come to my here, and I should be fine, but let me go to schema, see if I this made my schemas. Yes, here we go. I have my notes here and I have my request here. Also, I'm curious to see if it made for me my collections. So let me go and browse collection in my cluster and see if I have anything here. Not yet, because there's no data, but there is database, I believe. Database 0, collection 0. So not yet, because we didn't push any data yet, but we have a schema. So yeah, now we have our app almost ready to start to add our view parts and functionalities. So I'll do that in the next part, in part 3. Thank you for watching. Please watch the next one as well. Thank you. Bye.